Labor's bid to wrest government from the Liberals in Tasmania's parliament has failed after all of the crossbench MPs voted down its motion of no confidence in Jeremy Rockliff and confidence in Dean Winter to lead a Labor government. State political reporter Lucy MacDonald joins us now from Parliament House. Lucy, what's the latest?
Well, Ali, most of the pollies fled Parliament pretty quickly after the vote. Safe to say, the Liberals are pretty happy. Labor, on the other hand, they always knew it wasn't going to go their way, but to not be able to sway a single crossbencher must have been pretty brutal. I mean, that picture of sort of the House dividing with Labor, the only ones on one side, they looked diminished, downtrodden, and then he had this weird collection of politicians on the other side. Now, the Premier came and spoke to the media shortly after the vote. He was very tempered. He's very aware that this is not an endorsement of him or his government, but he's optimistic about the future of this parliament and actually be able to make it last for 4 years. Here's what he had to say.
As long as everyone, including myself, recognises that we cannot get 100% of what we want 100% of the time. And so that in itself ensures that we have a level of discussion, collaborative approach where we can build through consensus and trust and goodwill.
Now, it was a long day and the no-co wasn't the only vote. Here's how it all unfolded. A traditional start to an unusual day.
How are you feeling about today's vote?
Very good, thank you.
The Premier returning to Parliament to face a second no-confidence motion in just a matter of months. But this time he knew the numbers were on his side.
The political games must end today.
The day started badly for Labor. The crossbench helped elect the Liberals' Jackie Petrusma Speaker, while the government supported a Greens MP for Chair of Committees, both times snubbing Labor's nominee. Then Labor leader Dean Winter made his move.
That the House, one, does not have confidence in either the Premier, the Honourable Jeremy Rockliff, nor his government, and two, has and will continue to have confidence in the member for Franklin, the Honourable Dean Winter.
Labor, well aware its motion would not succeed, but keen to paint the crossbench as having confidence in the Liberals.
It can be spun however you like, but a vote against this motion today is a vote of confidence in this Tasmanian Liberal government that has let you down before.
Mr Winter reminding the Parliament of the many reasons it voted no confidence in Mr Rockliff just a couple of months ago, and echoing Mr Rockliff's very words from that day.
This day, it might not end well for me, but this day will define this Premier for the rest of his political career. He will have the stigma of being a sellout, of giving in to green demands on racing, salmon and forestry.
The Premier's contribution very different to the last one, defending the policy backflips that have helped keep him in the top job.
We cannot ignore the fact that in minority government we must come together and agree on policy positions that reflect the wider will of the Tasmanian community.
As Greens leader Rosalie Woodruff rose to her feet to deliver her contribution, the Parliament could have been forgiven for thinking it was a no-confidence motion in Mr Winter.
Sadly, the Honourable Mr Winter failed to convince the Greens his would be a progressive government and that he was personally willing to change to lead one.
The opposition under fire as the Liberals looked on.
They haven't accepted the reality their policy platform might need rethinking in the light of the magnitude of their loss.
Never have I come across an opposition party less ready for government.
Others upset they were forced into this position.
I feel sad and disappointed that on my first day in Tasmanian Parliament, and without having any previous working relationship with government and parliamentarians, I have to decide on the future of Tasmanian government.
Many on the crossbench were keen to express their vote did not mean confidence in the Liberals. But in the end, even the man who swore weeks ago he was done with the Liberals felt they were the better of the two choices.
Governing in minority requires more than just collaboration. Stability requires concessions and compromise to build trust, and on that front, Labor have failed.
No crossbenchers supported with the final numbers, no crossbenchers supported the motion.
The result of the division is ayes 10, noes 24. The noes therefore have it.
Weeks ago, this looked to be Labor's day. Instead, it was the Liberals who were celebrating, while Labor was left to ponder yet another defeat.
And Lucy McDonald's still with us. Lucy, what does today's debate tell us about how this new parliament's likely to work?
Well, Ali, today wasn't really about the Liberals and this new collaborative crossbench. It was more of a rejection of Labor. I mean, in the end, the crossbench still doesn't trust the Liberals. They still don't have confidence in Premier Jeremy Rockliff. However, they are sort of happy with some of his concessions, although they are wary about whether or not he'll keep those promises. Now, if he can keep them on side and, also manage to keep his very conservative members on side, that will be an interesting balance. But I guess, that people say that compromise is about everyone being a little bit unhappy. The key for Mr Rockliff will be making sure that no one gets too unhappy.
And what now for Dean Winter?
Well, with the loss of this motion, Labor's going to need to accept that it really has lost the election. When it declares that, that means that all those positions are vacant. So far, the members have said they have confidence in Dean Winter, but there is a potential for others to put their hands up. There will be a ballot. That won't happen if that's the case. That won't happen anytime soon, though. We're not going to see that in the next few days. The members get to vote. It could be weeks away. It'll be interesting to see if today makes Labor double down as they have been for the last few weeks, or if it's a wake-up call and they decide to change course.